Yuri Dvizhon, 29 years old. Clipmaker, director, co-founder of Ukraine Pride. Famous for his work with Irina Bilyk, Nastya Prihodko, Svetlana Terabarova, Piano Boy, Jerry Hale. Since the beginning of the war, he has covered and promoted the participation of the LGBT community in the war.
Hello, Yuri. I hope you and your family are in a safe place. Glad to see you today.
Hi, I'm glad to see you too.
I know that organization Ukraine Pride does lots of things like volunteering, helping Ukrainian military forces in this war. What can you tell more details about it?
So, like before war, Ukraine Pride were concentrated mostly on anti-discrimination laws and visibility of Ukrainian queer people, let's say. And then right after war, we started to raise money for to help Ukrainian people. We started with two groups of people. It's LGBTQ military and LGBTQ refugees and their families. And then right now we added another group like territorial defense and regular Ukrainian army. We helped, for example, part of National Guard Azov with like around $10,000. And also, we're helping lonely old people right now and their families and people with some disabilities. Also, so we trying to cover pretty much all Ukrainians, and we trying to not, let's say, select people on their sexual orientation, gender identity, race, nationality. We're trying to help everyone. That's the difference between us as NGO, Ukraine Pride, and other LGBTQ NGOs in Ukraine.
Do people from LGBT community need some special help in these circumstances? Are they different from any regular people?
I can say that LGBTQ people are the same as all Ukrainians, and we have the same problems, and we are the same as a human being. So I mean, basically the same problems. Like a lot of people are struggling now with money, or we help people with to find some accommodation, or to help some people who outside of Ukraine with some visa process or other help. So basically all the same needs for all Ukrainians includes LGBTQ people.
Why is it so important for LGBT community representatives to help in this war? Do they fight for anything special for themselves in this war?
I think for Ukraine Pride, especially, and me, is important to show that LGBTQ military exists and they are fighting for our freedom. And that's important because in the end of war, we can prove that gay people also protected Ukraine, and we are part of this big win. And since that, nobody can say in Ukraine that gay people are not fighting, gay people are not a part of Ukrainian society, and all other maybe more rude things we hear usually from Ukrainians. So it's important to have that visibility during this war with LGBTQ people and also with our help. And it's important to show that we as a group unite with other groups, and we have one enemy right now. It's Russia, obviously, and Russian government. And right now we are trying to be unite with all groups of people, and yeah.
Have you faced any hostile attitude towards yourself? I don't mean literally yourself, but the whole community representatives in these days? Or is it kind of erased at the moment?
I can say that this war has changed a lot between Ukrainians and LGBTQ people, and we can see this even through social media. Let's say Ukraine Now, if I'm correct, it's official page of Ukraine. You can go on their Instagram page, and you can find at least 2 posts with LGBTQ military guys who changed their, let's say, a job and protecting Ukraine right now. One of them is on high heels. You can find that. And another one, he was a drag queen in the past. So, and you can check the comments below the post, and there are many, many good positive comments. And I see that this homophobia, let's say, or other sorts of phobia in Ukraine are erasing, and I'm sure that if, like, obviously we want to be a part of EU, and in EU there is no place for homophobia, biphobia, transphobia, or other aspects of or other aspects of discrimination. So if we want to be part of EU, we have to live together and be polite to all groups of people, includes LGBTQ. And we see that this war changing a lot in this case in Ukraine. And I'm sure that after war, the situation will change directly to better way and direction.
I'm sure you heard that Russian news threatens that Ukraine is preparing special gay units that would rape Russians, and they warn their people to hide their sons, and they have sort of huge vacchanalia in their medias about all these LGBT community topics. What's your attitude? What's your reaction to those news, so-called news?
I can only laugh on this because it's like, it's not true. Because, for example, Ukrainian LGBTQ military group, it's not a battalion. It's just a group of people. They are all around Ukraine. They are fighting in different spots of war, and they are almost like alone in between other soldiers. And of course, some of them knows that there are some gay soldiers between them, but mostly I've never heard any sad story about discrimination in this group. We are in close contact with them every day almost, but I've never heard any bad stories. And of course, it's not true that if you are gay, you can you're gonna like all guys. That's basically like bullshit. Because if you are straight people, can you have a passion to love or have a sex with everyone? Of course, you choose a partner, you choose a person to have sex or to love somebody, and that's not true. And it's also part of Russian propaganda. Ukraine Pride, basically, it's pro-patriotic queer movement. We really patriotic. We love our country. We believe in this, in our brightful future, and we're gonna protect ourselves from this propaganda, and we're gonna try to change point of view of some let's say scandal topics, but we know the truth, and we're gonna spread it and share it between all people. Yeah.
Have you noticed I believe you did. Just like in those Russian propagandic medias, they gather gays with neo-Nazis, with Hitler's followers, and even with extreme Islamic organizations, like as if they are all one gang, and even as if the war in Donbass has been happening for 8 years, because a gay parade happened there, and which took place by support of Americans. So LGBT ideologists attack locals because they want to invade their gay ideas. That's what Russian medias explain, and fight with people for that. How could you comment that?
For us, like the reason why we also, like a lot of media asked us, like, why LGBTQ people want to protect Ukraine, let's say, from Russia. It's a very like stupid question, but I've heard this question for last 4 weeks or even more. So like for like we see how many achievements we have with Ukraine, with Ukrainian government and society towards LGBTQ people. Of course, we are not like we don't have all aspect of rights, but we see if like that we at least we can have our prides for many years in Kiev or other cities. We like last year we had huge protests in front of president's office. It was the longest rave protest in Ukrainians history. Ukraine Pride hosted this event, and we have all this opportunity. Our police can protect us in this during this protest, and we can say the same about Russia. So we're trying to. That's why we are basically fighting for our freedom and for our rights. Because if Russia can come to our land and try to and will try to implement their laws, we will go back for many years. And that's why we are trying to protect ourselves and trying to support all people who are protecting. So for example, older people who were born in USSR, for them being gay is something like huge crime, let's say. And of course Russia doesn't have any educational courses, or they don't accept any educational information in their media. And for many people it's a huge crime, and of course that's how they can speak with all Russian people, and how they can scare people that if they're gonna support Ukraine or USA or EU, that all gay people will come to their home and rape their sons or other bullshit. So it's another like fairy tale from Russia. And people who are really educated and who are pro-European, let's say, who are modern, they obviously can just laugh on all this information they post.
Have you received any help from European LGBT communities so far, or any other countries? And if so, how?
Yeah. Okay. So basically, all our donations comes from United States, European Union. So a lot of money we donated to people came from electronic techno stage in Berlin. And I have, for example, friends who worked in Swiss embassy in Ukraine like few years ago, and they know us and they love Ukraine also. And when this war just started, they created a WhatsApp group, and they started to help immediately for hundreds people, including women and other groups. It's great to feel all this help and all this support from people, and understand that you are not alone in this at this horrible time. So we are really thankful for everyone who helped us and who will help us and continue help us. It's a pleasure to feel all this energy and support.
How different do you think the whole life in Ukraine is going to be after we win this war, and especially for LGBTQ people?
I don't see some like big difficulties, because as I said, we want to be part of EU, and if we're gonna move fast to this point, we have to implement all these laws. We're fighting for it for many years. There is no other option. That's why I see only brightful future, and we expect Zelensky to our protest in front of his office. Let's hope that it will happen this year, the same rave protest, and we expect him over there. And I'm sure that it will be like super great, let's say, sensation for whole world, and it will show us that we are different, even in some aspect about LGBTQ people between Russia. It's really, really important. All around the world, they only spread love. They spread they spread humanity. They spread smile. We are not like somebody's enemies. We are just regular people who wanna have the same rights and live peaceful in our beautiful land. So
I wish to all of us that. Thank you so much.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
You're welcome. Bye.